You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise.
Residing in South Haven, Mississippi, which is a suburb on the outside of Memphis, Tennessee, I attended Desoto Central High School in the Desoto County School District. I entered the school as a freshman in 2013 with about 350 to 400 other incoming freshmen as well. DC has always prided itself in being diverse, but as a minority, it was a predominantly white space. The Black students, we always stood together, but it was really senior year when we really decided, hey, let's go out strong. Like, let's really have each other's backs. Let's make memories. Let's really leave a mark in this school. So each year, homecoming elections were never announced, but they were always a week after classes began. And that left a lot of color off the nominations because people would just result in putting who they had seen in the previous years, and it wasn't really even a second thought. Because of this, most of the selections were Caucasian, with probably about 1 to 2 Black girls or girls of color on the court at all, out of 17 people in total. As class president my senior year, I alerted my class before we even began classes to think about our choices for homecoming court and to just give them a heads up to make them start thinking about who they wanted to represent us in the final year. So I asked my classmates if they were interested in doing a homecoming court, and I made a list of people who were interested who had never been on it before. As class president, I really just wanted to give everyone a chance, period. So my class, the class of 2017, was the first class to have women of color dominating the court. We had 10 out of 17 girls who were Black, including myself. I remember sitting in Coach Morgan's pre-cal and trigonometry class, and the intercom came on, and my principal, Mr. Johnson, just began to announce this year's homecoming court. He began to say names that were familiar, but then I heard my own friends' names: Markayla Jones, Lauren Johnson, Miracle Ingram, Rihanna Wilson, Alexia Woodard, and then to hear my name as well. I remember I was sitting right beside Lauren, and we looked at each other, squeezed each other's hands, and screamed with tears like about to roll down our face. I wasn't crying to be over dramatic, but I had never seen myself personally in that light. Even though I was class president, it was so many trials to get there. Being selected was never about clout or anything of that nature. But being selected to me was about the little Black girl that comes to the homecoming game and sees herself on the field. She sees someone that looks like her, and it just says, baby girl, you can do this too. That's what it was all about for me. That's why my heart was so filled with just emotion, just joy, excitement, because I got to stand in the gap for those who don't get represented enough. The highest honor that we received that year was Princess. We knew that it was a stretch for DC to actually pick a Black homecoming queen. That really was foreign to us. It wasn't until this year, class of 2019, when the Desoto Central High School crowned their first Black homecoming queen. I was sitting in my room at Spelman, and I was just checking Facebook just that night, and I remember my Facebook page was flooded with just people reposting Zoe being crowned queen, the first Black homecoming queen ever at Desoto Central. And I was like, wait, this is my school? And I clicked on the photo. I was almost brought to tears. One, thinking about how our class really dominated the court, but also to see the fruit of that, and that now Zoe can be a representation to Black girls coming into DC, and they can say, I can do this because she's paved the way, because the class before me paved the way. For me to be a sophomore in college, looking back at my alma mater, seeing them crown a woman of color, in a predominantly white space. That right there says my black is bold. And I'm going to be in this Mississippi school and be myself and be crown queen at that. Our school slogan for DC was, "It's a great day to be a Jaguar." And I feel like I can finally say that and actually believe it.
Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave.